Having disappeared from social media for months, Sam Heughan suddenly returned in the Scotland fog with a shocking message. It's time to tell the truth. Since the historic Outlander press conference, Sam Heughan, the man who made millions of hearts flutter as Jamie Fraser, has virtually evaporated from the virtual world. No posts, no appearances, no interviews. A long, eerie silence has left fans around the world wondering what happened to the spirit of Outlander. On Twitter, the hashtag #WhereIsSamHeughan exploded within hours, climbing straight to the top of the global trending list. Some sources confirmed that Sam was in seclusion in the Scottish Highlands, where he had filmed the first scenes of Outlander. And then, at exactly 6 a.m. London time, the silence exploded. On Sam's official Instagram account, a short video appeared with no title, no background music. Just an image of him standing on a misty hilltop behind a majestic mountain range in the dawn light. The only caption, "It's time to talk." 2 hours later, at 8 a.m., the live stream began. More than 3.5 million people watched live, enough to paralyze the entire social network. Sam appeared. His hair was longer, his face thinner, but that gaze still burned like a never-ending fire. "Hello, everyone," he said, his voice deep and familiar. "I haven't said anything in a while. I think I owe you an explanation." The air on the other side of the screen seemed to hold its breath. Sam continued. "After the Outlander press conference, I felt like I needed to get away from it all. I had been living as Jamie Fraser for over 10 years, and when it was over, I didn't know who I was anymore." He paused, took a deep breath. "I took a break from social media, from the noise, to find myself in the Scottish hills. I needed silence, not to escape, but to listen." Sam admitted that he had been through a period of physical and mental exhaustion. "There were mornings when I didn't want to get out of bed. I always thought I had to be strong to smile. But the truth is, I was just a normal person." He looked straight into the lens, his eyes filled with tears, a sincerity that made millions of people choke up. "I realized that all these years I had poured everything into Jamie. My time, my energy, my heart. And I had forgotten about Sam, the person behind the character." Then he chuckled softly. "But don't worry. I found him again, in the wind and mist here." The air grew warm until Sam's voice changed, low but full of life. "But today I'm not here to talk about the past, but to talk about the future." He turned the camera to the window. Outside, a fleet of camera trucks and setup equipment were being prepared. Sam smiled brightly. "That's right. I'm starting a new project. And this time, I'm not just an actor. I'm also a producer." The film's title was announced, Highland Soul, a work inspired by his own life about a man who returns home after losing his way in the glare of fame. "This isn't Jamie Fraser," Sam said slowly. "But there's still a part of Jamie and a part of me." The comments section exploded. "We are proud of you. Jamie lives forever in your heart, Sam." Thousands of messages poured in. Less than an hour later, Katrina Balfe, the female lead of Outlander, reposted Sam's video with the caption, "Prouder than ever. Let the world see who Sam Heughan really is." The post immediately surpassed 2 million likes with thousands of emotional comments. Jamie and Claire are over, but Sam and Katrina will always be an inspiration. At the end of the video, Sam looked back at the camera, smiling slightly. "Thank you for waiting patiently for me. Sometimes silence doesn't mean the end. It's just a pause before a new chapter begins." The morning light reflected on his face, no longer tired, but confident, radiant. When the live stream ended, millions of people were still sitting there, mesmerized by his words. "I'm back, and this time, I'm me." That evening, in a cabin in the middle of a Scottish valley, Sam sat by the window, watching the clouds cover the hills. His phone lit up with messages, calls, and congratulations from friends, colleagues, and even the director of Outlander. He put the phone down and poured a glass of Sassenach whiskey, the brand he founded. "For the next journey," he said softly, his voice low but firm. At that moment, a new email popped up from Katrina Balfe. Subject: "Proud of you." The letter was short, but left Sam speechless. "You have done what few people dare. Face yourself. Outlander may be over, but Sam Heughan's journey has only just begun." He read it over a few times, then smiled. They understood each other, not just as colleagues, but as two souls who had gone through a glorious time together. 2 days later, the first trailer of Highland Soul was officially released. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds long, but it set the entire social network on fire. The opening scene: a man walking alone in a dewy meadow. Sam's voice rang out, and I used to think silence was the end. But sometimes it's the beginning of everything. The image of him holding an old letter, blurred by the rain, immediately reminded viewers of Outlander. At the last moment, Sam turned his head, looked straight into the lens and smiled. "I'm back home." Within 12 hours, the trailer reached 12 million views, hundreds of thousands of tearful comments. One fan wrote, "He's not just an actor. He's a symbol of strength and resurrection." Variety magazine immediately contacted for an exclusive interview. When asked why he chose a quiet project like Highland Soul, Sam replied, "I don't want to just act anymore. I want to tell my true story about a person who was lost in the spotlight, then learned to listen to his inner voice." The reporter asked further, "Are you afraid of being compared to Outlander?" Sam smiled. "Comparison is natural, but I don't want to surpass Outlander. I just want to continue with spirit, the spirit of love, courage, and healing." A week later, Katrina Balfe flew to Scotland. She suddenly appeared on the set of Highland Soul without warning. As Sam was preparing for the scene, he heard a familiar voice behind him. "You think you can shoot in Scotland without me finding you?" He turned around. Katrina was standing there, her hair flying in the wind, her long beige coat gently swaying. The whole crew was stunned. Sam laughed, walked over, and hugged her tightly. "What are you doing here? Help me." Even if she's not on screen, Claire must be somewhere right. They laughed together. A simple moment, but it held everything. Memories, friendship, and the belief that the journey wasn't over yet. That evening, Katrina posted a photo of herself with Sam, with the caption, "He didn't have to say much. He just stood there, and we all knew he's back. Stronger, deeper." The photo received millions of likes. Fans called it the rebirth of Sam Heughan. Sam reshared the photo, writing briefly, "Thank you for believing in me, even when I was silent." The next morning, the last scene of the day began. Sam stood on top of the hill, the wind blowing his hair, his eyes distant. The director shouted, "Action." He spoke the lines, but as if talking to himself. Sometimes, to find yourself, you have to go far away. To realize you never really lost yourself. The camera stopped. The whole crew was silent for a few seconds, then applauded loudly. Sam bowed his head, smiling. He knew Jamie Fraser's journey had ended, but Sam Heughan, the real person, had just begun. A new chapter, no longer a mythical fantasy, but a human chapter with wounds, silence, and the light of resurrection. And this time Sam didn't just come back. He was reborn.